All right, today we're heading down into the basement. We're going to talk about a piece of equipment that works its tail off behind the scenes. It's the sewer ejector pump. Think of it as a silent guardian for your home. And trust me, keeping it happy is going to save you from a massive headache down the road.
So let me ask you something. What do you think is the hardest working machine in your house that you've, never heard of? It's a real head scratcher, right? But hey, if you've got a bathroom or a laundry area in your basement, the answer is probably this exact unsung hero we're talking about.
Okay, so what is this thing and what does it actually do? Let's break it down. The whole job of a sewer ejector pump, well, it solves a super simple but really important problem. And that problem is gravity. So here's the deal. Your home's main sewer line, the one that goes out to the street, it's almost always higher than your basement floor. So what happens with the wastewater from a basement toilet or a shower? It can't exactly flow uphill by itself, right? That is exactly where the ejector pump steps in. So picture this. The pump sits inside this sealed pit and it just collects all that wastewater. When the water gets to a certain point, bam! The pump kicks on and it powerfully launches or ejects all that waste up to the main sewer line. From there, gravity finally takes over. It's really simple, super effective, and for some homes, it's absolutely essential. But like any hero working in the shadows, our silent guardian can get into some serious trouble, especially when we forget it's even there. And that brings us to that classic problem, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, this really nails it. These systems are hidden away, right? Tucked in a pit, usually in some corner of the basement you never go to, so it's no surprise most of us totally forget they even exist, until they don't work anymore. And when one of these fails, oh boy, the results are, well, let's just say they're not pleasant. And we're not talking about small problems here. The consequences can be really serious. You've got clogs that can just shut the whole thing down. You've got drops in efficiency, which means the motor has to work way harder, and that leads to it wearing out way too soon. But the real nightmare, that's when you get raw sewage backing up into your basement. I mean, that's not just a disgusting mess, it's seriously costly and hazardous damage to your home.
So how in the world do you avoid all that? Well, here's the good news. Preventing a disaster is actually pretty straightforward. It really just comes down to one thing: giving your pump a regular health check. Okay, so this is the key takeaway. Routine maintenance is, without a doubt, your best line of defense. Think about it like a regular checkup at the doctor's office, right? The whole point is to catch those little warning signs early, before they turn into a full-blown, catastrophic, my basement is flooded kind of emergency. When we talk about maintenance, it really boils down to two main things. First, you've got the pump inspection. This is usually done once a year, and it focuses on the machine itself, the motor, the switches, all the electrical bits. Then there's the pit cleaning. This is all about the pump's environment. You got to get all the gunk and solids out of there that could cause problems. And believe me, a professional inspection is no joke. It's pretty thorough. A technician is going to check the pump's performance, they'll inspect all the wiring, and this part's really important. They'll make sure the float switches, those are the things that tell a pump when to turn on and off, are working perfectly. They'll also test your alarms and check the valve that prevents disgusting backflow. It's the full-on comprehensive physical for a super important piece of your home's plumbing. Okay, so getting a pro to check it out is awesome. But guess what? Your pump is actually trying to talk to you. It'll send you signals when something's going wrong, even between those service calls. The trick is just knowing what to look for and what to listen for. And here's the thing, you got to be urgent about this. If you notice any of the red flags we're about to go through, do not, I repeat, do not wait for your next scheduled service. It means you need to get on the phone and call a pro, right now.
All right, let's run through the checklist. What's your pump telling you? Is it running way more often or for way longer than it used to? That's a huge sign it's struggling. What about smells? Any weird odors coming from that area? That could be a bad seal or just a nasty buildup. And listen for gurgling sounds or watch for slow drains. Alarms going off, breakers tripping, or just seeing visible junk in the pit? All of these are basically your pump screaming for help.
Okay, let's wrap this all up into a nice, neat package. We've talked about what the pump does, the disasters that can happen if you ignore it, and how to spot trouble a mile away. So now let's put together a super simple, proactive plan that's going to give you total peace of mind.
Here it is, your 3-step plan. It's easy. Step 1, schedule that professional inspection every single year. Just put it on the calendar and forget it. Step 2, keep an eye on the pit yourself. Schedule cleanings based on how much gunk you see building up. Maybe it's yearly, maybe it's more often. You be the judge. And step 3, the most important one, if you see, hear, or smell any of those red flags we talked about, you act immediately. That's it. That's the whole formula for a happy pump.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question. That sewer ejector pump in your basement, it's doing a crazy important job with zero fanfare. It really is your home's silent guardian. So after everything we've talked about, the real question is your guardian being heard?